Okay, and then you gave your opinion, which was, if I'm not mistaken, you wouldn't allow your son to date a sex worker, right? Because it'll cause issues. And then what about you? What's your thoughts? I saw you taking notes and stuff.
My answer is no.
Okay.
I know we've been focusing a lot on money, and I'm going to talk in the perspective of a professional athlete as a fighter. My husband is an athlete, and he's been fighting for a big part of his life. He's a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo, and he specializes in sparring. And the mentality that you have to go into this kind of career is intense. And to have a woman, or at least what I would imagine for myself, to hear the opponent, or to have, like some of you brought up about reputation can be tainted. It's the mindset when you're about to go into the ring that can be very difficult to process, about hearing those kind of things coming from your opponent that you're supposed to beat. And you'll see many times my husband will try to get into the right headspace to fight, to compete. And something that you'll see a lot in right before fights happen, they'll kind of have like a face-off, talk a bunch of crap about each other. And if you don't think they're going to bring that up, you're wrong. And your man has to defend that and remember what he's fighting for. And my husband has been in positions where he didn't have the right support system behind him to push him to that. And I'm not saying like, oh, you should put his career first or anything like that. Just try to understand that I will tell my son no, because an angry man, a man that's desperate to prove something, isn't focused on what he should be focused on when he's in a fight. He should be focused on technique. He should be focused on what he's been training for, not hearing the slurs coming out of that opponent's mouth talking about his wife, his girlfriend, whoever he's with.
Do you think it would make him fight harder?
That was
like
a
beat
really
their ass?
Yeah, you've been through it.
well thought out fucking point. Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Yeah. I think I was able to resonate with this question because I understand my husband's intensity. I understand what he's like on and off the ring. I understand where he gets his bruises and how he can push himself to do that in a day, fight 15 different people and do it for gold.
Okay. Anybody have anything that they wanted to add to that? Because I have an article that we're going to pull up here. I asked that question to preface the topic, but anybody have anything?
I think that was really beautiful, and I'm glad to hear somebody's firsthand experience, because all of the rest of us are kind of acting on like an idea, but you're more based in reality, and so thank you for that.
Yeah, it's like mental clarity. And I would also just add that like people have kind of like doubted me my whole life, like, or just like I kind of see things before most of the population, and I talk about it on social media, so people are always doubting me, calling me a conspiracy theorist, whatever. So I'm used to people kind of like judging me as an underdog, so to me it doesn't affect me as much as
Yeah, I think what you said was really nice, and obviously it's from your perspective as well. So I do think yeah, it was really nice what you said, but I also think that when you're fighting, whether it's your background that's being brought up from your opponent or anything else to do with yourself, things that your opponent says can hurt you. So whether it's about your wife,
my bad. Sorry.
Whether it's about what was that? Sorry, I didn't even know what it said.
No, it was a sound effect. Don't continue on. Don't worry. That was a mistake.
Yeah. So whether it's like your wife they're bringing up, or whether it's anything else, it's still enough to emotionally affect you.
Yeah, you're saying like mental clarity, like he needs to have that, right?
Yeah, it's the headspace he needs to be in, because he's doing something extremely difficult, which is to go and fight someone and put yourself in harm's way, because you typically as a human you wouldn't want to do that, so it would trigger the fight.
Yeah, you need to be his peace.
But to her point, that can translate to like work in a business. For example, let's say you're a leader of a company, or you're in charge of like certain things as an employee, and your wife is out here doing videos online, and someone says, "Yo, is that your wife, bro?" You can't think straight, because you're like, "Damn, that's my wife. I chose her, but she's out there doing that type of stuff." So I mean, her point is very valid, because it goes into every aspect of like work for a man.
Of life decisions.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is that the career in itself of sex work or whatever it is you guys can choose to do, it does have a selfishness to it that you're doing for your life. And inevitably, it does affect your partner. So if you're going to choose a partner, you have to be with someone that can overcome that or understands the reality of it. But at the same time, you can't just expect your partner to have to face that. You also have to be okay with the fact that there's not going to be a lot of people that can do that.